Hey everybody, Tony George, Thursday update, free Major League Baseball play. Our free play yesterday got postponed, so they're playing today, same pitchers. It always affects it a little bit. You know, we still got Lance Lynn on the hill for Chicago. He's still going to suck a day later. You always worry about what Toronto did with a rain day. Young guys, a lot of money on the road. You know, they're not in prison when they're on the road, these road trips, so you don't know how much they enjoyed the nightlife in Chicago last night. And they got a doubleheader tonight. It kind of hurt their momentum, but I'm sticking with it. Let's talk about this Marlins and St. Louis game. This dirt cheap line. Dirt cheap line. St. Louis stinks. Trust me. Do I have bitterness? Yeah. I had a $500 bet on them to win the division on the futures. We talked about it before the Major League Baseball season started. They're dead last. They suck. Wainwright's been relegated to the minors. He's never coming back. Goodbye. They can't do anything. The last three games against these guys, they gave up 30 runs. Now you got Flaherty on the hill with a high ERA and even almost a 1.6 whip. Good luck. Miami at home. Couple ways to look at this game. They should be laying 180. Yeah, I know strange things happen in Major League Baseball, but they should be a 180 favorite. That's power rating. And they got Perez on the hill. You know, Yuri Perez, the guy who's got less than a 3 ERA. By the way, his strikeout prop is 5.5 over. Yeah, over minus 130-ish. Might as well double dip. St. Louis had 13 strikeouts in that game yesterday against a pitcher not as good as him. And 5 out of his last 6 games, Perez, over that number. The only game, another reason I like it, his last game was a dumpster fire. He gave up 7 hits, 6 earned, and 2 homers in 1 inning and got yanked against Atlanta. And that's very unlike him. He's had as many as 9 strikeouts in one of his 9 and 7 and 6, all last 5 games. But that Atlanta lit him up like a Christmas tree at Rockefeller Plaza. I think he'll bounce back at home and get it done against the Cards. Give me Miami minus 130 tonight at home against the hapless St. Louis Cardinals. Over at the website, we got a free $60 link in the description below. Pardon me, it's the dog days of summer. Not a lot going on. Baseball lines are real chalky. WNBA doesn't have games every day, and if they have one game during that day like today, the line is super sharp, side and total. Don't want anything to do with it. But let's talk about the WNBA. 6-0-1 run. My boy Tim Fines, 62% last year for the season, including all the postseason, which is very difficult to do. People don't get excited about the WNBA, and I don't hype anything. I don't hype it. If I have a top play, I tell you. If I lose, I tell you. If I suck, I tell you. If we're doing great, I tell you too. Well, we're 6-0-1 run, 6-0-1 run our last 7 plus $2,400. You know, just over 60% again for the year. Plodding along, one play at a time, boring, tortoise and hare. Slow and steady wins the race. Doesn't get anybody excited. Got all these guys online on all these videos now. They're coming out of the woodwork. I'm a superstar handicapper. Super lock of the millennium. Unload. Sell grandma's farm. Get rid of all the bonds. Get rid of the kids' college fund. Guaranteed lock of the... No. This isn't the 1980s or 1990s. We're not trying to push a 900 number. We're just slowly but surely 4 units a pop. Getting them. Well, tomorrow we're going to have a top play. 4 games tomorrow. He's got one circled he loves. And usually when he loves a top play, that means people who love money also like his play. So keep that in mind. 4-unit best bet today in Major League Baseball. A 4-unit pitcher prop in the Chicago-Milwaukee game at 2 o'clock. Baseball game is early. And don't forget this weekend, big race down in Atlanta. Super Speedway race, Atlanta. Looking forward to it. We passed last week in the NASCAR race. That thing in Chicago to me was ridiculous. Made for TV event. I wanted nothing to do with it on a track. No one's spin outs, wrecks. You know, some guy from New Zealand wins it. Yeah, I wanted nothing to do with it. There were some guys that were pissed I didn't put something out. I don't care. I don't put out stuff to sell because our NASCAR sells well. But guess what? Because of our past prowess. And we cashed the last 3 races in. But if I don't like something, I'm not going to bet it. Sure as hell I'm not going to put you on it. That's just how I roll. Get over to Doc's, get some winners.